Okay, if your teen can spend 5 hours on Minecraft but cannot spend 5 minutes on their homework, it doesn't mean that they are lazy. It means that they can't, it doesn't even mean that they can't focus, but it does mean that your understanding of ADHD and focus is wrong. There's things that you don't understand. So I want to talk about how ADHD and attention go together. ADHD, honestly, is not an attention problem. There's times when the ADHD brain will focus too much on things in front of it. Video games, things that are new and exciting, Legos, art, all of these things create dopamine in the brain, which hones in interest. Think about things that do not hone in interest. Homework, chores, getting ready for school, these things that you are experiencing trouble with your teen, getting up in the morning, okay? They don't have the dopamine hit, and therefore they do not pull the interest. The challenge with ADHD is controlling where the attention goes. The brain follows interest more than importance. Many times in a neurotypical brain, a normal brain, attention goes with things that are important. I need to get this done, so I'm going to get it done. Straight shot. For the ADHD brain, it is, where is the urgency? Where is the feedback? Where is the, hey, this feels interesting? And that is why when your teen has a deadline and then there's this panic, suddenly they can focus because suddenly it's very interesting and feels urgent. And now there's a dopamine kick that's saying, I need to get this done right now. And then suddenly they can focus where that wasn't there before. And that's the main difference. Your child's focus depends on their nervous system regulation state. So when the nervous system is overwhelmed, when it's anxious, when your child is dysregulated, when there's sensory overload, that is going to break down. Oftentimes, you might find yourself saying, hey, my child isn't trying, when actually what's going on is that the brain is actually shut down, it's totally offline. It's not that they aren't trying. They're trying very, very hard, but it just is not there. It's gone, okay? Think about executive functioning. This is the ability to organize and do things. It's like an air traffic controller. And you have planes that come into the airport, and for a neurotypical brain, normal brain, maybe this is you or another one of your children, the planes come in and they have a well-organized system. But with the ADHD mind, think about that there's so many planes coming in. They're coming in fast. Some circle around, some are crashing, some never land, and they just stay there. And it is very, very overwhelming to try to make sense of all that's going on. I also like to think of it like a funnel, and that you want the funnel open. And this is how neurotypical brains are. But when it's closed off, it starts to jumble up behind all this other stuff. And so then what am I going to pay attention to? What am I going to focus on? Well, it's the things that pull my attention first, that show interest. This is your child showing, hey, I'm going to refuse, I'm going to shut down, I'm going to get angry, I'm going to get overwhelmed, have big emotions. I have ADHD too. And for me, I feel lost in the morning until I make a list. Okay, what are the things in my funnel? What things do I need to do? Okay, now I can actually check them out and like switch places if I need to, but I can make it happen. And it helps me so much. But a different strategy for your child. Motivation is very different than ADHD. The 4 common motivators that you need to make progress in a brain with ADHD so that there is attention to task is interest, novelty, having something that's a challenge, and urgency. And if you drop any one of those, it creates a challenge in being able to move forward. If it doesn't demand some sort of, it's too easy, who cares? If there isn't an urgency, I need to get this done, I can put it off for later, okay? If it doesn't draw my interest, I just don't care enough about it. Why am I going to do that? It's just, there is no importance for me. Understanding that as your child focuses on Minecraft is where we started. And you think, oh, my child has this amazing ability. ADHD isn't about not being able to focus because I can see my child focus. No, it's not a superpower. It is a way that focus is controlled, and it's actually more that attention gets stuck. And therefore you stay in that mode and you can't break out of it, which is why we now transition away from Minecraft to doing something else can seem really, really hard for you or for your child. The attention is getting stuck. You as a parent sometimes will make this problem worse unintentionally. But really what you're doing is adding to that funnel, adding to the flying airplanes, making things crash, things that you have said that actually make the ADHD focus challenge worse is you just need to try harder. You could do it if you want to. You are choosing not to. This increases shame. Shame feeds into a feedback loop of shut down. I'm not worth it. I can't do it. Self-esteem plummets, and therefore I will not move forward. A shamed system is a system that it gets clogged up and cannot process and move forward. So what does help? What really does help your child move forward? Well, reduce the overwhelm before increasing expectations. This may be simplifying your house. This may be only giving one chore at a time, and then when that is done, letting it choice of another chore. This may be having a break so that the brain can settle before they're trying to do homework. Break the task down into ridiculously small steps. Cleaning a room, huge. Picking up your clothes, picking up your socks, we're getting better. Picking up the socks in this corner, hey, there we go. Starting it with them, even better, okay? Use body doubling for yourself. Working on a project in my house the other day, and I didn't clean it up, and I wasn't motivated to get going, and I had a friend of mine said, hey, I heard that you're working on your downstairs bathroom, and he came over and literally said, I know that you need somebody here to get going. Guess how easy it was? It was like 45 minutes, in, out, done. Oof, totally cleaned up. Fantastic. Easy. I could not start it by myself. Novelty, doing something new, being creative with it, being fun, using movement, making decisions for them so that they don't have to make continual decisions, because decision fatigue is overwhelming. And the most important piece that you can add is to create connection between yourself and your child beforehand. Always be working on connection with your child, because that is going to help the most.